Welcome back, children. This is part 2 of Sources of History, and here we are going to discuss about how surveys became important. Apart from writing records and building record rooms, the British did another important thing, which was conducting surveys. Now, it was one of the remarkable quality of the British that they used to do. Survey means a study or investigation of important facts and figures regarding a particular subject, topic, or a country for acquiring additional and specific information for further study or investigation. Now, the British believed that a country had to be properly known before it could be properly administered. And if you know about a country in this way, then it will enhance your knowledge to know about its people, custom, culture, etc. In simple words, it means that the whole idea of knowing a country could be done by massive surveys. Whenever a Governor General was appointed, it was mandatory for them first to go to Calcutta University, spend few years over there to know about the people, their language, their culture, food habits, religion, etc. In short, to know about each and everything of the whole country in detail, to study about each kingdom, for example, the language, the caste, religion of the people living in that kingdom, etc. Apart from this, they had detailed survey of the entire country, and for this they had also made maps of the country. So now, as they had to rule the whole country, so they wanted to improve the revenue system, and for this they had to go to different villages to know the system of revenue collection, and these are done to know the income capacity of a particular place. Then they also used to do survey of different things. For example, the survey of the topography, which means formation or study of land, what type of crops can be grown in a particular land. Next, the soil quality, that is which soil was more fertile or less fertile. Then the natural vegetation, wildlife, local histories of different places, and the teachings of different religion. So we can say that they had a deep study of the whole country, and all these facts are important for proper administration. Apart from this, after every 10 years, the Britishers used to have census operations. This census operations started in India towards the end of the 19th century. Census means the detailed records of the number of people in all the provinces of India. Now, why was this done, or why did they do so? Actually, this was done because through census they collected information on caste, religion, and occupation of the people living in an area. So for all these things, they used to have census, surveys, etc. Now, the surveys which they conducted were botanical surveys, which meant they used to study about plants. Then zoological survey, where they studied about animals. Anthropological survey, where they learnt about human origin, culture, etc. Archaeological survey, which meant they collected information about past human culture, sites, etc. And lastly had the forest surveys. These surveys were done to enhance their knowledge, as knowledge is power, we all know. They gained knowledge in medicine, art, astronomy, etc. because if you have more knowledge, you can work in a more better way. Britishers were always curious to discover or know more about anything, and that's why, because of these curiosities, they led to further discoveries. Now, come to the last topic of this chapter, Till now we have read about what the historians do, how do they write history, what are the important documents, reports, what were the systematic approach the British took for proper administration. Now we will read about what the official record do not tell us. This is a very interesting point of this chapter. Till now we have seen that official records tell us what the officials thought, what were they interested in, and what they wished to preserve, etc. At the same time, these records did not help us to understand what the other people in the country felt at that time. So if we wanted to know about them, then we need to look somewhere else. So where can we find them? We will not find them in official record. So for this, we need to look in personal diaries of people, accounts of pilgrims and travelers, then autobiographies of important personalities, then popular booklets that were sold in the local markets during that time, because printing press was active during that time. Hence, there must have been many copies of popular booklets, ideas, opinions that were published. So we need to look at them before coming to any conclusion. Now all these reports, documents, letters were written by those who were literates. Therefore, it will be difficult to understand the people who were not literates, like the tribals, the peasants, and the workers in the mines. Getting to know their life is a very difficult task, and for the same we will read in other chapter of this book. So with this we have come to the end of this chapter. So before I conclude my session, let me have a recap of this chapter. Well, we had discussed about the importance of dates, then dates in history, periods of history, colonization, sources of information and surveys. Lastly, I have given some questions apart from your textual question, which you will do in any notebook, and again the link is there for your reference. If you have any doubts, you can clear your doubts, go through the link, have a reading of the chapter twice or thrice and clear your doubts. Now I hope you all must have enjoyed the session. Take care and be safe. Thank you.